The ZV21 and its younger brother, the ZV18, were both designed with rough water in mind. You know, the big deep V hulls, just everything about the strakes and the chines below the hulls make the boat a really good rough water running boat. But there's an option that you can put on to make these boats even better. It's called trim tabs, and what trim tabs are simply two little tabs in the corners of the boat that go up and down and can actually push the hull of the boat, and more importantly the bow of the boat, different directions, and I'll explain that in a second. What's interesting is that the ZV18 and the ZV21 are one of the few transoms that can actually handle trim tabs because it's got a fairly flat design back there in the transom, and there's enough space to actually put the trim tabs in. The first thing that I like to use trim tabs for is load leveling. So for example, if I've got more people on one side of the boat or the other, or maybe different weight of, me and my passenger or the equipment or whatever, and the boat's leaning a little bit, you can actually just touch one of these buttons and drop the bow a little bit on one side and level it right out. But more importantly, I like to use trim tabs in rough water when I'm going into the waves or with the waves. And in this case, what I'm going to do is push both of the trim tabs down, and that will drive the bow down and make for a better run. Let me explain how. Into the waves, what's happening a lot of times is the bow will get pushed up on one wave, and then you come off of it and slap into the next wave. By pulling that bow down quicker with the trim tabs, it will actually bring the bow down and be ready to cut through that next wave, giving you a little bit softer ride and a quicker ride if you want to in them rough waves. Going with the waves, what happens a lot of times is the boat will hang up on a wave and then come crashing down into the next wave. Again, by bringing down that bow quicker, you can actually follow that wave and give yourself a smoother and a drier ride. Now, be a little careful. When you put both of those trim tabs down and you're driving that bow down, you can actually spear waves because you are pushing that, literally pushing it down. So you're gonna have to spend a little bit of time practicing with trim tabs, but once you get it down, you're gonna have a great dry ride. So between the load leveling, the rough water ability, whether it's a side wave, an oncoming wave, or a following wave, trim tabs make these ZV boats that much better in rough water.